Now in 4 News Now at 6, Washington State ordered to pay millions of dollars to dozens of former residents of a boys ranch. Tonight, we talk with one of the survivors who escaped the sexual assaults and abuse and helped shut the ranch down.
And we did see some sunshine today, but get ready for another big shift in the weather when you can expect the return of wintry conditions in your First Alert forecast.
And the price to license a car in Spokane Valley could be jumping by $20. Why the city says the new tax is the only option when it comes to road repair. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Well, Snoqualmie Pass is closed right now because of multiple vehicles spinning out. The Department of Transportation saying it's because drivers were not obeying the traction tire requirement. No word yet on when the pass will reopen. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Derek Dice. That snow that you just saw is heading our way. Let's send it over to meteorologist Matt Gray in for Chris Crocker to see when it's expected to arrive and what it could mean for your morning commute.
Well, definitely things are going to be a little bit more slippery as temperatures cool again, and yeah, even some snow works its way down into the valleys and lowlands. Our radar picture actually does not look terrible here at this hour, but you can see the vestiges of some of that snow that's been over Snoqualmie Pass. There it is in that little purple X that I've drawn on our map here. That's where Snoqualmie is, and you can definitely see there's plenty of moisture on the other side of the mountains trying to push its way into the inland northwest tonight. Let's begin with the moisture that we are seeing. Now, it is still warm enough that it is mostly rain. We just saw some rain begin to end around parts of Lewiston, and this stretches all the way up deep into the mountains of north central Idaho. We are going to start to see a little bit of snow on the Camas Prairie, however, as we head later into this evening, and there's a lot more moisture up north to our friends in Canada and on the other side of the North Cascades. As this continues to cross over the region tonight, we're going to see more radar activity, particularly around Okanagan County, and this will all be tracking to the east, and eventually very late tonight, that'll mean a little bit of snow around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and a slippery start to the day tomorrow. Now, we'll likely start off with at least a little bit of rain or mixed precipitation, but in the wee hours of the morning, it will be snow. We're not expecting a lot, but certainly just enough to where things will get a little bit slick out there. Now, there is even more snow on the way for this weekend, and it's not just going to be a little dusting in many areas. We'll talk about that coming up.
All right, Matt, thank you. Breaking news from the Chelan-Douglas County line. Chelan County Sheriff's detectives say they're on the hunt for an attacker they say assaulted a woman in East Wenatchee. The woman was reported missing early yesterday morning, and her SUV was found in the Apple Capitol Loop Trail parking lot off of Empire Avenue. The sheriff's office announced they found her today, and they're also releasing the description of the possible attacker. He's described as wearing dark clothing, blue gloves, and a balaclava or ski mask to cover most of his face. Sheriff's detectives now say they have evidence of an assault too, and with information is asked to call the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. Well, they were just children when the state of Washington failed to protect them from horrific abuse happening at a boys' ranch in Pend Oreille County. Just weeks ago, the state agreed to pay nearly $17 million to a dozen of those victims of beatings, torture, and rape. One of them reached out to us wanting to tell his story. Robin Nance spoke with the person who turned the tables on Jay Bardee Ranch.
The scenery is picturesque, the population sparse. Pend Oreille County boasts of forests, lakes, and rivers, an adventurer's paradise. It was here near Ione that the Jay Bardee Ranch served as a group home for young kids in the 1970s and 80s.
When I heard I was going to this boys' ranch, I'm thinking, right on, cattle, horses, I'm going to learn to be a cowboy.
But this ranch held a dark secret. And within 24 hours of being placed at Jay Bardee Ranch, John Secker had his first experiences with the horrors happening there.
Molestation, just sick and heinous things that shouldn't happen to children.
John was sent to the ranch when he was 12 years old. By that time, he had been in numerous foster homes and group homes since he was 9 years old. His mother severely abused him. Then the abuse continued in nearly every foster home and group home he was placed. John's last placement was Jay Bardee Ranch.
Because I don't want to start crying and put me in that home as a child that had already been abused enough. That was gross. If you look in the dictionary under gross negligence, that should be whoever signed those papers to send me there.
He spent about 3 years at the ranch. It closed in 1984 and is now private property. While time has slowly erased what the ranch once was, the memories are still an open wound for John.
And I still can't believe the state, as my parents did the things they did to me.
Who do you hold responsible?
The state, there's no excuse.
The state is now paying for it thanks to attorney Daryl Cochran, who has made it his mission to seek justice for men like John. Cochran calls J. Bardee Ranch uniquely horrible.
Ultimately, what they discovered was that children were being horrifically sexually abused. They were being neglected. They were being warehoused by DSHS, and the DSHS administrators in Spokane were running interference in cahoots, if you will, with the operators of the J. Bardee Ranch.
Cochran says the investigation found that DSHS officials were likely receiving money or benefits for their work to keep the ranch open. But the ranch closed because 15-year-old John Secker ran, even though he saw what happened to other boys who ran and told about what was happening to them there.
And so for the kids, it was this terrifying catch-22. Do I run away from this and face getting beaten savagely because I left and tried to tell, or do I stay and endure this horror?
John couldn't take the horror anymore. He ran for miles and found a payphone in Ione.
I was scared they weren't going to do anything because there were cops that would come to the ranch. And the underlying knowledge was the cop was not good either.
He finally got to someone who believed him and cared. When the ranch was shut down, those boys were shuttled off to other places. For John, the state tried to send him to another boys' ranch.
When I said I wouldn't go there, the caseworker brought me back into Spokane, literally said, well, we have no place for you, and dropped me off on a street corner in Spokane. This is my case manager. Didn't find another respite home, didn't find anything else for me. So I decided that was enough, and I hitchhiked to California.
He lived on the streets and did whatever he could to survive. He was in and out of jail, in and out of addiction for years, byproducts of what he and the other boys endured under the care of the state of Washington.
They had rights, just general rights as children, to be protected by those that are supposed to protect them and guide them and put them in homes. These kids were all already had abuse happen to them. They already had negative things or felt unwanted and unloved, and to put them in an environment like that was just, there's no amount of money that makes up for it. There's none. There's just none.
I'm Robin Nance, 4 News Now.
Now, when John does finally get his settlement money, he plans to buy his first house and give back to the fellowship that has helped him in his recovery. John's attorney is working on lawsuits against a number of other group homes across the state and will continue to represent victims of J. Bardee Ranch if he can find them. Robin spoke to KXLY Plus digital anchor Rob King about his story and shared more information about this case. You can download KXLY Plus from your Roku, Amazon Fire, or other TV service to check the extended cutout. It's free and in your app store. Download it now and never miss a breaking update or weather alert. Well, the Spokane Police Department has released the name of the officer who shot and killed a suspected shoplifter at a North Spokane Walmart. SPD says Officer Carl Richardson shot 34-year-old Carrie Jones Hilberg over the weekend. Richardson has been with the department since 2019. He also spent 3 years working as an officer in Madison County, Montana. According to investigators, Richardson fired his gun during a confrontation with Jones Hilberg after someone yelled gun. Richardson is currently on administrative leave. While officers tried to arrest Jones Hilberg, the man circled on your screen here interfered, according to the Spokane Independent Investigation Response Team. In this video, you can see 33-year-old Tyler Forrester approach the officers from behind and touch one of the officers. He now faces third-degree assault charges. Well, someone broke into the Carl Maxey Center last night. Administrators tell us they trashed the center, kicked down one wall to get into another part of the building, and also stole tools from the center. Well, paying for a car tab renewal might cost you an extra $20 next year. The city of Spokane Valley is floating the higher cost to maintain streets and collect more than $2.7 million with a new car tab ordinance. But some people say they're not happy with the proposal. Peter Choi explains their concerns tonight.
People who live in Spokane Valley, and they have mixed feelings about the proposal. They say they don't agree with the proposal because of a large amount of taxes that they're already paying. Others say it's a necessary step for the community.
We just didn't know about this. Kind of sprung on us.
That unexpected proposal was on the Spokane Valley City Council's agenda Tuesday night.
So tab fees are not particularly popular here.
If passed, committee members will be asked to tack on a $20 vehicle fee for renewal. Therese Gomez says fixing streets is necessary. However, it's too much to ask right now because of inflation.
This is just another tax on people, and I really don't think it's a good idea right now.
The city says the revenues that fund the pavement management program have declined for many years. It's now looking for a long-term sustainable funding source. The current funding comes from telephone utilities and motor vehicle tax, and public don't use landline telephones as much. So the budget became a major headache. Others say it's worth paying extra.
I'm not made of money. It's $20 and I enjoy our roads. I enjoy that I can drive on them and not worry about damaging my vehicle.
The City Council will meet December 12th for reconsideration. If it passes, the new ordinance goes into effect 5 days after it's posted in the city's newspaper. The tap fee will be collected 6 months after it passes.
They just keep coming up with more taxes to add to it, so it's really affecting people.
In Spokane Valley, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Well, new details tonight on the gunman who killed 3 people at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. What investigators say the gunman did before heading to UNLV. And you could be required to mask up once again at local hospitals. Which respiratory illness has health officials concerned? Next on 4 News Now.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Save your green at Jennifer's.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. The big beefy boy that started it all. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
You're feeding it.
I will, I promise. Thanks to our Premier Rewards Visa credit card from ICCU, we earned enough cash back to stock up on puppy supplies.
But we don't have a puppy.
They're very convincing children.
Tis the season of giving at Walker's Furniture, as we use this time of year for inventory reduction, selling all last year model, overstocked, and discontinued items at savings of 15 to 40% off. With over $12 million to choose from, like living room furniture, bedroom furniture, or cute accessories for your home. Plus, take advantage of no money down, no minimum purchase financing for up to 5 years during the year-end inventory reduction sale at Walker's.
Respect, protect, pay essential grocery store workers.
I work in the back warehouse. New employees are not getting the safety training they need.
Corporate sets the hours we get to train our new employees. I'm the main trainer, and I never seem to have enough time to prepare them.
UFCW 3000 fights to make sure that essential workers get better wages, respect on the job, and a safe workplace.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, UFCW 3000.
Frozen is Disney's latest hit Broadway musical. From the producer of The Lion King comes the show audiences and critics are melting for. Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts, July 24th to August 4th. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Spokane's grand holiday tradition lives at Christmas Tree Elegance in the Davenport Hotel and River Park Square. Fabulous packages raffled to support our symphony.
We want a tree.
We want a tree, and so can you.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. A classic, a favorite, an Arby's legend. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Welcome back. Mask mandates could return to local hospitals, but not for the reason you're probably thinking. This is in response to increasing concerns over the RSV virus. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez joins us live to share the likelihood that this mandate will happen. Allison.
Right now, the Inland Northwest is one of the last places in Washington without a hospital mask mandate. Now, today I spoke with the president of Multicare, who tells me this is likely to change and it could be happening very soon. For many people, it's been a while since putting on a face mask. A recent surge in RSV cases might require you to revisit old habits.
Not even probably. We will make it a requirement if the numbers get high enough.
MultiCare Inland Northwest President Greg Rapetti says 3 factors are considered when enforcing a mask mandate in hospitals.
We're looking at the incidence rates of COVID-19, flu, and RSV. And right now, of those 3 pieces, RSV is the thing that's really got us the most scared and is the closest to the threshold.
RSV is a respiratory virus that causes flu-like symptoms and a nasty cough.
We are able to take a look at emergency room visits. We know that those have increased a bit this year, which could be the beginning of an increasing trend of RSV transmission.
The potential mask mandate would require staff, patients, and visitors to mask up when at the hospital.
We're hoping that people will understand, because what we're really trying to do is protect their loved one or themselves. And as I said before, protecting our team so they're available to be well, to take care of people when they come up and they need our services.
Providence is the other main healthcare center in Spokane. They issued this statement into our newsroom saying there are currently no changes to masking guidelines at Providence. We may institute additional masking policies if we see high levels of respiratory viruses circulating in the community. If this mask mandate is implemented, a single-use face mask will be supplied to you during your visit. For more information on this potential mask mandate, you can visit our website, kxly.com. Reporting in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
All right, Allison, thank you. We now know the name of the man who was hit by a car over the weekend. The Spokane Medical Examiner says 71-year-old Stephen Victorson's death was an accident. Investigators say Victorson was having trouble with his minivan when he stopped in the northbound lane of South Glenrose on Saturday. He was standing near the rear of the van when another vehicle came along and didn't see the van because it didn't have any lights on. That driver tried to swerve out of the way but slid on the icy road and hit the man and the van before sliding into the ditch. Victorson was rushed to the hospital but later died.
And we are keeping an eye on a return to winter weather that could happen as soon as tonight in many parts of the inland Northwest, with some more substantial winter conditions on the way for this weekend. What you need to know coming up in your forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by STCU and Volunteers Count.
The all-new Bet Ahead feature is now live at Caesars Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Casino. Make your picks online from anywhere before you place your cash bets. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
It was a stunning murder.
So she's shot in cold blood.
She is gunned down in her own house. But no one was prepared for what would happen next. This is a huge twist.
Oh my God.
Diary of a Killer. The new 2020 Friday night on ABC.
One of my favorite programs is the People Helping People program.
Any BECU member can nominate a nonprofit that they care about.
We are so appreciative of BECU and their support for our program. One of our parents, who also happens to work here, was able to nominate us. Our service of the community really aligns well with BECU.
Last year, we gave away 3 grants in Spokane. This year, we're slated to give away $525,000.
Thanks to BECU, we are able to meet the needs of more families.
Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and warm. Your comfort is Andes' priority. Get ready for the cold with a high-efficiency furnace from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andes offers a wide range of top-quality heating systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andes' team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can trust Andes to diagnose and fix any issue efficiently. Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire wants you to have all the comfort and total joy. Whether it's a cozy reason to hit snooze, eat dinner, or a spot to kick back, we have furniture that is good looking, well built, and comfortable. Just add your favorite people. In stock now. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire. in Coeur d'Alene.
Spokane Tribe Casino brings you laughs and rock and roll like never before. Live on December 14th is comedy sensation Nikki Glazer. And don't miss the biggest acts of the 80s during the 80s Rock Invasion on December 16th. All at Spokane Live. Entertainment without limits.
Welcome back. We got a short break from the rain today, but we have more wet weather quickly approaching, this time in the form of snow.
Yes, it is going to be mostly snow as we head through tonight, and then even more wintry weather heading into the weekend. So yeah, a whole lot of fun. We've had a whole lot of fun already last weekend and through this week. So we got light snow here. For the most areas, we're talking about an inch or less, and really anywhere up near an inch is going to be for our friends in North Idaho. The further west you go and deeper into the Columbia Basin, the less you are likely to see tonight and tomorrow. Then for this weekend, oh boy, here it comes. Another 3+ inches of snow in many areas. We'll highlight some specific zones in just a minute, but some calmer weather looks like it is going to be on tap for us next week. So let's talk about that heavier snow that is going to be moving in. This is Saturday afternoon. Difficult pass travel across the Cascades as another one of these big storms comes in. It is going to be pumping in a lot of moisture into Washington and North Idaho. And you can see here by Saturday night, a good portion of us are seeing snow that is going to last throughout the night and will eventually at some point on Sunday, for the majority of us, flip over to rain. Now, how that happens, how quickly that happens, that is going to make a huge difference in how our day goes and how easy it's going to be to get around, particularly in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, because you guessed it, we're going to be right on the line here. And so with a little bit of, multiple scenarios of how things could pan out there for Sunday, we're going to go ahead and say that it is a possible weather alert day because there are going to be plenty of areas that do see some quick snowfall Saturday night into Sunday morning of 4 inches or more, and it could be significantly more in some places. But I do want to highlight this area in the blue. These are the zones where that cool air could be sticking around a little bit longer in the day on Sunday, and that means we got some heavy wet snow that's going to be stacking up, especially across North Idaho, north of I-90. I think many places from Deer Park into Sandpoint, north to places like Bonners Ferry and Medellin Falls, we're going to be seeing some significantly snowy weather, as well as I-90 as you head from Coeur d'Alene to Lookout Pass. We'll see with Spokane. It could really go either way at this point, but you should definitely know that things are going to be much more wintry by the time we get to Sunday. As for right now, we're still above freezing in Spokane and in Coeur d'Alene. Mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures tonight only got to around 30 degrees, but that'll be enough to where we'll see whatever precipitation shows up later tonight will be a little bit of light snow. And we do anticipate this as some of this moisture continues to cross the mountains here tonight as we head into that kind of 1 a.m. to about 4 a.m. time frame. So especially in North Idaho, Kootenai County, we are going to see that little dusting that's just going to make things a little slippery as we start the day. By lunchtime, we're back into the sunshine for the most part. Should be a decent day during the daylight hours, at least, with a high of around 37. Now, temperatures will get above freezing every single day, but it's really going to be those morning hours dropping below freezing, seeing slick and slippery conditions. We'll keep you updated on that Sunday forecast. It is going to be mighty interesting, Derek.
Oh boy. All right, Matt. Thank you. Still ahead, fixing Eastern Washington University's budget issues, why one group recommends the football team be moved to a lower division.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Lewis Culligan, your local water experts since 1936. The world's most efficient water softener. Safer drinking water in every glass. Convenient, reliable delivery. Industry-leading technology. Here for every water worry.
What do you got on your list?
BTV is making a list, and you can check it
twice. Go to MeTV.com for the full list of our very merry MeTV holiday programming.
A merry MeTV. Watch over the air in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene on MeTV 4.2.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
Wow, it's literally the color of Santa's sleigh.
If I was Santa, this would be my sleigh.
So you just drive across the ocean?
I don't know. Maybe some of us still believe in a little thing called Christmas magic, so... Well, there you go.
Enter to win a shiny red Porsche. Grand prize drawing December 28th, only at Northern Quest.
4 News Now is brought to you by Parker Toyota.
Across the country, ceremonies were held for Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. On December 7th, 1941, 2,400 service members and civilians lost their lives in the 2-hour air raid by Japanese forces on the U.S. naval base in Hawaii. The sneak attack shook America's confidence and pulled the country into World War II. Well, we're learning more about the gunman who killed 3 people and left another critically injured at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. According to CNN, 67-year-old Anthony Polito legally bought the gun used in the attack 18 months ago. Sources say he had applied to be a professor at the school but was rejected. Prior to the shooting, investigators say Polito mailed out 22 letters to university personnel across the country. The contents of the letters are unclear. Some of the letters have been intercepted, one of which contained an unknown white powdery substance. The deadly incident marks the 632nd mass shooting this year, according to the Gun Violence Archive. It's the 80th school shooting of 2023, the highest mark since CNN started tracking this data in 2008. Now, lawmakers on Capitol Hill are once again pushing for stronger gun control laws.
If you change the laws of the nation, you save lives. That if you continue to change the laws of the nation, you save even more lives. None of this is theoretical.
This is... The former Alaska Airlines pilot and Cheney High School graduate Joseph Emerson has pleaded not guilty to 83 counts of reckless endangerment. He's accused of trying to shut off a plane's engines mid-flight. Emerson said he thought he was dreaming while flying back to California in the cockpit jump seat. A judge also approved Emerson's release on several conditions, one of them that he cannot go within 30 feet of an operable aircraft. All right, we have much more coming up tonight at 6:30, including what the Washington Department of Transportation is doing to make their plows easier to see on the road, and reducing spending at Eastern Washington University, the cuts one group is recommending the school make after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's here once again, an adventure in Coeur d'Alene with family and friends. Trees will light up, snow will fall, while you're dining, shopping, and having a ball. Santa and STCU hit elves in secret spots, so keep an eye out and you could win lots. If you find our elf on a shelf while in downtown Coeur d'Alene, a Fig Pickle shopping spree, Seahawks tickets, or gift cards you could gain. Explore CDADowntown.com if you want to learn more.
Travel, there is nothing like it.
Dancing is my passion.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy.
I was constantly itching.
Whatever I was doing.
Now, I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Next ET, we're with Oprah and the cast of The Color Purple for their big LA premiere. Plus,
Sydney is very easy to pretend fall in love with.
Our exclusive behind the scenes with Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney. Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. Expect even more from KXLY Plus. Live updates from the 4 News Now team. Breaking news as it happens. Weather every 10 minutes. Free on your time. Download the app, connect to your streaming TV, and connect on KXLY Plus. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, Eastern Washington University's Board of Trustees will meet tomorrow to discuss a year-long report that recommends ways to tackle the university's ongoing budget concerns. Marissa Rio spoke with an official at Eastern and explains how the board will make decisions moving forward.
The university started what is called a strategic resource allocation, or SRA, process around this time last year to address budget and enrollment issues. Now, as a part of that process, task forces looked at what Eastern could do to better prioritize academic programs and athletics to meet the needs of students and staff, and in turn, save money. One Eastern Washington official says the budget gap is about $11 million.
We started the SRA process because of budget and enrollment constraints that we've been under.
The SRA report was released this week. Programs in the report were divided into groups: invest, maintain, streamline, transform, and disinvest.
We want people to know that Eastern's not going anywhere, and the main goal of all of this is to right-size the university and make sure we have a sharp focus moving forward.
All right, Eagle fans. One recommendation that stood out was that Eastern needs to consider all options to decrease football's unsustainable deficit spending, including moving football to a lower division.
What they came out with yesterday was a report with recommendations only. Everybody on campus now, including our leadership, is trying to digest that report.
People involved in the SRA process will present their findings to the Board of Trustees tomorrow, but no specific decision will be made. So what's next?
They're going to listen to all the feedback that comes back from campus and public comment. And they're going to consider all that as they look at these recommendations and decide the best way to move forward.
Meany says this will be a multi-year process.
We're still quite a ways down the road from actually making final decisions and implementing.
The university will factor in public comment before making a decision. For more information on ways that you can submit a comment, you can visit our website at kxly.com. Reporting in Cheney, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Well, our local ski resorts got a good amount of snow today, and they'll need it with our nonstop rain melting a good chunk of it over the last few days. And they'll have even more on the way tonight. We're going to send it over to Matt Gray now to see if we'll be getting any of that snow here in the valleys.
And we will get a little bit. We'll be just enough that it is likely going to slow you down a little bit as we're getting up in the morning. That said, not expecting a ton of valley snow tonight. Certainly nothing like we saw the end of last week and over the weekend. Not going to be a repeat of last Friday, that's for sure. Now, You take a look at our satellite and radar picture right now for the last couple of hours around the inland Northwest, and I want you to notice this little swirl of clouds. It is starting to just get picked up on radar right over Douglas County and the Waterville Plateau. This is a little bit of energy that's going to help spawn some more snow showers as we head through the rest of the night. As that little feature continues to track to the east, we will see snow showers start to develop, especially as we get from the Columbia Basin into some of the higher terrain from Spokane to Coeur d'Alene and then north across the Idaho Panhandle. And so we will, as we get into kind of the past midnight up until around sunrise, we will see light to occasionally some moderate snows, particularly in our mountain areas. Hey, by lunchtime, though, it is all gone. We see a little bit more sunshine, which certainly felt good today. But here is tonight's snow developing. It should be fairly light. We're not expecting anything too crazy, but once again, even just a dusting will be enough to slow you down a little bit. And you'll definitely do the ice scrapers again, especially after all these warm days and nights we've had recently. And that's not it with the snow. We've got a potential for a weather alert day at the end of this weekend, because some places giving 4 inches and potentially a lot more when it comes to snow by the time we get to Sunday. So we'll talk more details about that and what you need to know coming up.
All right, Matt. You'll start to see these brighter green and orange lights on plows in eastern Washington. They're meant to make the plows easier to see, especially in foggy weather. Here's a side-by-side comparison now. The DOT says these new lights are 6 times brighter than their previous ones.
A couple guys here in Wilbur tell me that they just can't see those orange lights coming at us. They didn't even know we were snowplows until they get up on us.
The department says we're the first region in the state to use these new lights. Well, the Washington State Court of Appeals has dismissed a lawsuit aimed at overturning the anti-camping initiative that voters passed in November. The initiative makes it illegal to camp within 1,000 feet of schools, parks, playgrounds, and daycares. It also bans people from camping under or near downtown railroad viaducts. Homeless advocates Jules Helping Hands and Ben Stuckert sued, claiming it exercises power reserved solely for the city council, conflicts with state law, and is outside of a local initiative's power. But the court disagreed with all 3 of those arguments, dismissing the challenge, meaning the ban on camping will stand. 22 states, including Washington, will be increasing the minimum wage in next month. Washington will still have the highest minimum wage in the country at $16.28 an hour. That's up from $15.74. A close second is California, which is raising its minimum wage to $16 from $15.50. 20 states, including Idaho, are still using the federal minimum wage of $7.25, which hasn't gone up since 2009. From the grocery store to the drive-thru, you're being asked to either round up your purchase or donate a few extra dollars to charity. Guilt and social pressure can be a major driving force when donating in the checkout line.
At the point of checkout, there are some real consequences that happen for customers, specifically anxiety and maybe them feeling like a bad person if they're not giving.
The extra pennies do add up, though. Albertsons raised over $43 million for hunger relief at registers in 2022, but financial experts agree a polite no is okay. If you don't have cash to donate, there are more ways to give back, like volunteering for organizations year-round. The Idaho Doomsday Mom, convicted of killing 2 of her own kids, was back in court today, this time in Arizona. Lori Vallow was accused of killing her 4th husband and plotting to kill her niece's ex-husband. The court entering a not guilty plea on her behalf. Her trial is set for April the 4th. Vallow is already serving a life sentence for the death of 7-year-old Joshua Vallow and 16-year-old Tylee Ryan. A planned power outage is scheduled for Avista customers in the Kettle Falls area tomorrow. It'll start around 9 in the morning, expected to last until about 3 o'clock. During that time, Avista crews will be replacing power poles in the area. All right, still ahead here after the break, see how you can help the Salvation Army ensure every child gets a present this year, and see where you can go starting this weekend to get you into the holiday spirit around Spokane. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Little bit of sunshine. Good morning, America.
The all-new Bet Ahead feature is now live at Caesars Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Casino. Make your picks online from anywhere before you place your cash bets. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
It's the Paradise finale.
An engagement. That's all you seem to care about.
Who leaves alone, who leaves together, and who leaves married?
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
New Bachelor in Paradise, tonight at a special time on ABC.
Tony, your parents know you're over here again, right?
Yep.
Great.
Tony lives next door. See, his parents decided to just use their phone for home internet. So when everyone is on, Tony's over here streaming and drinking all my soda.
My dog.
Get internet on the Xfinity 10G network for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract.
We're going to bed, Tony.
Good night. I'll lock up if I leave.
Get real home internet on the next generation 10G network only from Xfinity.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue and get up to $1,000 a year in bonus cash on popular models. Better hurry. These offers won't be back in stock.
Our motto here at Holiday Heating is fixed right or it's free. That means that we'll get the job done right the first time, and if we don't,
We will own up to that and we will take care of it for you for free.
Fixed right or it's free means that we are accountable for the 100% satisfaction of our customers.
we'll come back and get the job done and with no additional charge to the customer.
We are humans and we do make mistakes, but we are here to make it right and make sure our customers know that.
Spokane Tribe Casino brings you laughs and rock and roll like never before. Live on December 14th is comedy sensation Nikki Glazer. And don't miss the biggest acts of the 80s during the 80s Rock Invasion on December 16th. All at Spokane Live. Entertainment without limits.
Welcome back. One of the most festive light shows in the Inland Northwest is back starting this weekend. The Manitou Holiday Lights. Starting this Saturday and Sunday, you can drive through the park and experience the lights for yourself. Then on Monday through December 19th, you can walk through the lights display. There will be a drink station with hot cocoa to keep you warm and fun activities the whole family can enjoy.
Before or after people walk through the lights, they can grab a hot cocoa from one of our food vendors and then go in and warm up. On some of the nights, they'll even have a selfie station for you to make memories. It's going to be great.
This year, the Friends of Manitou are partnering with No Lie Brew House and will have a photo booth at the park. She was just mentioning this. If you take a selfie at the No Lie photo booth and then show it to staff at the brewery, you'll get a free Manitou Holiday Lights pint glass whenever you buy a beer. Not a bad deal.
Oh, I'm going to be doing that.
And if you're planning to check out the lights for yourself, you'll want to take it slow because, well, that snow is on the way.
Could be snowing as they're driving through the lights, or
It'll
maybe
make it more Christmassy, though.
Yeah, it'll be all the waiting in line is going to be worth it then. After that. Hey, let's take a look. Here's what's going on in your weather. So heading into mainly tonight and very early tomorrow morning, because actually most of Friday is looking pretty good. Light snow, 1 inch or less, and emphasis on the or less for most areas. The weekend, that's when things start to get a little squirrely, especially in the second half, another 3+ inches of snow in many areas. Then we'll actually flip over to rain for just a little bit, and we'll see by the middle of next week some calmer weather here for a change. This, folks, is a pretty difficult forecast because just like last Sunday, we're in a similar situation with this incoming storm. We're going to have a shallow layer of warm air that's going to come up from the Tri-Cities and try to warm us up in Spokane. Meanwhile, in our northern mountains, as that moist air rises up into the high country, well, it's going to cool off, and we're going to see, in some places, copious amounts of snow. Great for the ski areas, may not be as good for you trying to get around, especially on Sunday. And of course, the I-90 corridor, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, we're going to be right in the middle, and that means that there are a wide variety of scenarios, a multiverse of possibilities, if you will, for what's going to go down over the weekend, and particularly on Sunday. However, there are some places that have a really good chance to see some significant snowfall. We're talking about 4 inches or more, and in some cases, it could end up being a lot more. It just depends on how exactly the track of this storm plays out. So I want to give you some percentages here now for some of this heavier, more inconvenient snow. Spokane, I think the warm air is going to show up a little bit earlier than other places, and so only about a 20% chance. But look at Coeur d'Alene. Short distance between the two, but it is going to be a lot cooler for a lot longer across North Idaho, and so those chances of heavier snow are much higher. Sandpoint, especially and around Lake Pend Oreille, we think it's going to be pretty messy on Sunday. Newport, the same. Bonners Ferry also has a good chance for some heavier snowfall, along with the Silver Valley. Both 4th of July and Lookout Pass are going to get a significant amount of snow over the weekend. I want to show you the timeline here because we'll see some snow Saturday night across the Cascades, so not a long period before those mountain passes, which are already messy tonight, will be even messier. And here's Saturday night. Saturday night, we're talking about the snow coming down here, so maybe you have some longer distance travel plans for Saturday. Maybe we want to wrap those up by the early evening, and then it's all going to depend on just how fast we warm up in the Columbia Basin, what the story becomes around Spokane, in particular, how this will go. So we'll keep you updated, because there's still plenty of possibilities. We'll keep you updated in the next 48 hours with the potential for a weather alert day. Here is the next 12 hours, however. We may start off with a little bit of mixed precipitation, but it will quickly flip over to snow as that cooler air starts to rush in for tonight. Now, we're not expecting much, if anything, in the way of snow accumulations. A light dusting to maybe about a half an inch or up to an inch in some parts of North Idaho. Our temperatures tonight in the 20s and 30s, so got to get used to some freezing temperatures again with our highs in the middle and upper 30s with a few spots in the 40s. Once again, Sunday, the day to watch for adverse and inconvenient weather and a possible weather alert day. We'll see mostly rain or a mix and non-accumulating snow Monday, and then there's those calmer conditions finally by next week there.
All right, Matt, thank you. Well, starting tomorrow, the Salvation Army will begin collecting Christmas toys at 3 local Fred Meyer stores for children in vulnerable situations. The Salvation Army is asking people to purchase new gifts for children from newborns all the way up to 18 years old. You can then drop off the unwrapped toys at any Fred Meyer store in Spokane tomorrow between 7:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. An official says the toys will be donated to hundreds of kids who are either affected by the recent wildfires, experiencing homelessness, or living in one of their shelters.
When we talk about making a great Christmas for families, really that's what it is. It's standing in the gap for someone or a family that has experienced the unthinkable this year.
For other ways you can donate, you can visit our website at KXLY.com. All right, don't forget, you can track the latest news or an upcoming storm with 4 News Now for free anytime you want. Just download KXLY Plus on your connected TV to get your full forecast every 10 minutes. Now, we've been telling you about KXLY Plus quite a bit recently, and we realize you might not be sure what we're talking about. KXLY Plus is a free streaming app you can download on your TV with a device like Roku or Amazon Fire, but it's more than just a place to watch live newscasts. KXLY Plus digital anchor Rob King takes us behind the scenes.
Hi, I'm Rob King. I'm the digital anchor here at KXLY. We are in the KXLY Digital Live Center, where every day we're working to bring you content 24/7 with live updates, breaking news, and weather from our First Alert weather team.
This is KXLY Plus.
So what can you get from KXLY Plus? Well, you can get and stay informed. We've overhauled our streaming efforts to bring you top-of-the-hour live updates, breaking news as it happens, and weather every 10 minutes. The free KXLY Plus app is the best way to get the news that matters to you on your time 24/7. In addition to streaming our regular morning and evening newscasts for free, you'll get live updates throughout the day with the most up-to-date information on stories that matter to you. The new look of KXLY Plus also has a graphic with live radar information and forecasts for cities around the inland Northwest anytime you turn it on. You can also see updated headlines of the day scrolling below. One of my favorite parts of KXLY Plus is the on-demand content. All of our videos live here, and you can watch past special reports, in-depth interviews, and exclusive content you can't get anywhere else.
If you don't have a connected TV, don't worry. You can always watch what's streaming on KXLY Plus because KXLY Plus powers the 4 News Now mobile app and KXLY.com. I'm Rob King for 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Tire Store for winter tires with no credit hassles. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASC certified. Start an account with no credit check. Tire Store.
Time of year the reindeer fly. You can't see them on their sleigh ride across the sky. Gather all your friends around or go out and paint the town. It's the only time of year the whole wide world turns upside down.
Hello, I'm Diamond Dan Clark.
And I'm Jeweler Jane.
And we're from Clark's Diamond Jewelers in beautiful downtown Coeur d'Alene.
Our famous snow promotion is back for Christmas.
If it snows 4 inches or more in 24 hours on January 11th, 2024, all purchases made between November 21st and December 30th will be refunded in full. And that means all engagement rings, loose diamonds and gemstones, jewelry and gifts could all be free.
Shop Clark's Diamond Jewelers this Christmas and let it snow diamonds.
This Christmas, treat yourself or a loved one to a new vehicle from Finley. With delayed payments for up to 90 days and bigger than normal trade-in values for your old ride, giving you plenty of reasons to upgrade to a new RAV4, Tacoma, or Tundra truck. And if you're looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle, we've got lots of great choices for everyone.
I'm looking for something sporty and fast.
Don't you have somewhere to be?
Ho, ho, ho!
My name is Jennifer, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in November of 2015. Getting a cancer diagnosis is literally like having the rug pulled out from underneath you. When I'm at Summit Cancer Centers, I feel like they're kind of part of my family in a sense. They've always had my best interests in mind, so I'm actually very hopeful for the future. I would recommend Summit Cancer Center.
The Tire Store for winter tires with no credit hassles. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASC certified. Start an account with no credit check. Tire Store.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Washington State women's volleyball was looking to make some history. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minensone. A win against top-seeded Pitt would send WSU to the Elite Eight for the first time since 2002. Some of these players on the team weren't even born at that time. Sweet 16 round from Pittsburgh. First set, Cougs looking to take control. Pia Timmer, get out of the way. Timmer puts WSU in front 7-6 in the first set. But Pitt would answer in a big way. Off the serve, Julia Norville can't dig it out, and the ace for the Panthers. WSU drops the first set. To the second set we go, and this one was pretty much all Pitt here. Set point for the Panthers, Rachel Fairbanks. Right at the net to block it. Washington State falls behind 2-0. So the Cougs would need to win 3 straight sets to keep their season alive. Match point for the Panthers, Valeria Vasquez Gomez, and that will do it. The magic runs out for WSU. Cougs fall in a sweep.
Our serve and pass kind of broke down in that second set, and we let Pitt just run off a lot of points. We didn't have our best day, and that happens sometimes. But overall, I'm really, really proud of this team and what we've done.
And for the record, WSU has 12 seniors or grad student athletes this season. Gonzaga basketball will be taking the trip to the west side for a matchup against the Washington Huskies this weekend. It's the 50th meeting between GU and UW. The most recent one came last season. Gonzaga won by 17 points in Spokane. Now, the Huskies have come close to beating some top-tier programs this season. UW came up short against last season's national runner-up, San Diego State, in overtime. The Huskies also only lost by 5 points to a top 25 Colorado State team. Gonzaga is hoping they don't end up on the wrong end of an upset.
It's a really, really big game, so we're expecting a great effort from the Huskies and great effort from the crowd, so we're looking forward to it.
Tip-off is at 8 o'clock on Saturday night in Seattle. Gonzaga has won 14 of the last 15 meetings against the Huskies. Idaho football is one of 8 teams remaining in the FCS playoffs. The Vandals host University of Albany on Saturday. The winner is one step closer to a national championship. But it won't be easy for the Vandals. Albany has the best rushing defense in the country and leads the nation in sacks. Idaho head coach Jason X says the real advantage comes from playing in front of a home crowd in Moscow.
We got a great challenge in front of us. Obviously, the best thing we had going for us is the Kibbe Dome, so we need to have a great crowd. We need to get everybody to come out and support us. Albany has not played in a ton of domes.
The last time Albany played in a dome was 2 years ago against North Dakota State and Syracuse. For the record, they lost both of those games. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock on Saturday from the Kibbe Dome. A win for the Vandals would be the 3rd trip to the semifinals in Idaho history. The last appearances were in 1993 and 1988. And that'll wrap us up for sports.
All right, go Vandals this weekend. Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I've always been drawn to artists like this. Yeah, me too. This used to be one of my favorites when I was younger. You're me. Yeah, after you quit the firm and follow your passion.
Face your future with Whitworth University.
At Parker Toyota, we believe in driving with confidence. Parker Toyota's certified pre-owned vehicles offer you affordability and dependability when buying your next Toyota.
We take the guesswork out of buying pre-owned because every Toyota certified vehicles goes through 160-point check by our trained technician.
Whether it's a stylish sedan or versatile SUV or a fuel-efficient hybrid, we have the largest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the area.
See our huge selection of vehicles and receive our no-problem customer service at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
It's time to say yes to your healthcare story. The Washington Health Plan Finder helps you find new health plan options like Cascade Care. These plans cover primary care visits, mental health services, and generic drugs all before meeting a deductible. Start your next chapter off right by enrolling in your 2023 health plan at wahealthplanfinder.org. Don't wait until it's too late. Enroll now.
Another successful year of making spirits bright at Cowley Park. It just keeps getting bigger and better. We couldn't do it without the wonderful help from our sponsors, Ace Hardware and Horizon Credit Union. I'm Mark Peterson with the Extreme Team.
Hi, they assigned me to work with you, Miss Ray, but you can call me Miranda. You're mean. If you take the next step. How? Work here during the day, go to school at night. It's so worth it.
Face your future with Whitworth University.
The bride run over on her wedding night. Next, Inside Edition, the shocking feud between her mother and the groom. Then, the shocking expose. Kid shut away after acting up.
Get me out of here!
They're called seclusion rooms.
This is incredibly disturbing to watch.
Very disturbing.
Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Well, the big standout day here in your 7-day forecast is Sunday. Looking like another pretty nasty weather day where we start with snow. Many of us will end with rain, but not all of us. And really, for around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, the big question is going to be how long does it take for us to warm up during the day on Sunday? Because that could mean the difference between a little bit of snow and a whole heck of a lot of snow by the time the day is done. That's why Sunday, possible weather alert day. We'll be giving you updates on our latest thinking on this part of the forecast all the way through tomorrow and over the weekend and right up until the last minute. This is one of those And it just has to be the I-90 corridor. It always seems we're right in the middle of all of this, where a lot of you are watching from. That's it, friends. Well north of I-90, if you can throw a rock and hit the Canada border, it's going to be a snowy weekend. Get ready.
All right. Thanks for being with us. We're back for Nightside at 11.